A mysterious new arrival has recently made her way to the Dales, and it hasn't taken long for local residents to begin questioning her intentions. Serena, played by Casey Al-Shaksi, arrived last month after revealing she was connected to the Sugden family through her grandfather, who was related to Jack Sugden. After admitting she had nowhere to live and no job, Serena turned to her newly discovered relatives for support. Sarah Sugden welcomed her into her home, while Charity Dingle offered her work behind the bar at the Woolpack after hearing about the difficulties she had been facing. As she becomes more familiar with village life, Serena has shown an unusual interest in learning more about her cousin, John Sugden, whom she had met before arriving in the village. Fans know that John was responsible for a string of shocking crimes. He killed Nate Robinson, abandoned Mackenzie Boyd after leaving him close to death, tried to murder Robert, and left his former fiancée, Aidan Moore, in a coma, all while believing he was somehow helping others. The truth eventually came to light, leading to a tense showdown in which John held Aaron Dingle hostage. His desperate attempt to escape ended when Victoria Sugden confronted him, fatally injuring him while acting in self-defense. During a recent chat with Claudette Anderson, Serena questioned whether she had ever suspected John was capable of murder, and asked what he had been like while they worked together. When Claudette became uncomfortable with the questions, Serena explained that discovering her cousin had been a killer had left her with many unanswered questions, and she simply wanted to understand what had really happened. Serena's behavior is expected to attract even more suspicion in the coming episodes. New spoilers reveal that she starts asking questions about Nate Robinson's death, leaving Moira Dingle convinced that she cannot be trusted. A newly released storyline preview hints that Serena will soon become deeply involved in the aftermath of a traumatic event. As events unfold, she struggles with the situation she has found herself in, while those around her begin to wonder why she truly came to the Dales and where her loyalties really lie. Producer Laura Shaw has teased that Serena will play a major role in several dramatic stories ahead. She explained that the Sugden family remains central to the show, and Serena's arrival will place her at the center of unexpected twists, difficult decisions, and life-changing consequences that will affect some of the village's most important residents. Kev Townsend is preparing an emotional surprise next week as he attempts to show Lewis Barton that he genuinely wants to be part of his son's life. Following the events that led to Lewis being kidnapped because of Kev's stolen diamond, the former criminal has been determined to make things right. Whether Lewis is ready to forgive him remains uncertain. A newly released preview offers an early look at Kev's latest effort to repair their fractured relationship. Since returning to the village earlier this summer, Kev has tried to leave his criminal lifestyle behind by launching his cake van, A Slice of Kevin. However, his troubled past soon caught up with him after it emerged that he had stolen a valuable diamond. Even when Lewis's life was in danger, Kev struggled to hand the diamond back to his former partner, Kylie. It was Ross Barton who ultimately stepped in, knocking Kev unconscious before rescuing his half-brother. Not long afterwards, Kev revealed to Lewis that he was his biological father, but Lewis rejected any idea of building a family connection. Despite the rejection, Kev refuses to walk away. In the coming episodes, he makes a dramatic gesture in the hope of convincing Lewis that he has genuinely changed. Even so, he still finds time to continue irritating Nicola King. A spoiler clip from Wednesday's episode shows Nicola becoming furious after discovering Kev has parked his cake van directly outside her cafe. As she jokes about setting the vehicle on fire, Lewis arrives after spending time with his adoptive parents. Lewis barely has time to greet Nicola and Vinnie Dingle before Kev calls him over. With obvious excitement, Kev reveals a brand new sign attached to the van that reads, "Barton's Cake Tin." When Kev asks for his opinion, Lewis is left stunned and immediately tells him to change it back because Barton is not his surname. Kev then reveals that he has legally changed his own name by deed poll and is now officially known as Kevin Barton. Lewis makes it clear that all he wanted was to be left alone before walking away in frustration. However, emotions soften later in the week as father and son share an honest conversation about the real reason behind Kev's decision. By the end of their discussion, Lewis surprises Kev by inviting him out for a drink. The touching moment could mark the beginning of a fresh chapter for the pair. However, with a shocking cafe robbery looming, Kev's determination to become the father Lewis deserves may soon face another major challenge. Caleb Milligan is about to embark on another dangerous venture in Emmerdale, but an unexpected discovery could throw his latest money-making scheme into chaos. What starts as an attempt to rebuild his criminal reputation soon uncovers a mystery that is impossible to ignore. After being humiliated by a scam pulled off by Archie, Jai Sharma's teenage son, Caleb has been determined to prove that he hasn't lost his edge. Eager to get back into the world of shady business deals, he decides to start selling counterfeit designer trainers. Kerry Wyatt joins Caleb's operation and helps process a fresh batch of deliveries in the episodes ahead. However, while checking the stock, the pair make a disturbing discovery when they find a hidden label stitched inside one of the trainers carrying the desperate message, "Help me." The chilling note immediately alarms Kerry, who insists they should contact the police without delay, fearing someone may be trapped in a dangerous situation. Nearby, Beowulf witnesses the discovery before later examining the trainer himself. He is left furious after learning that Caleb still hasn't reported the message to the authorities. The situation strikes a personal chord with Bear, who remembers his own traumatic experience of being forced into modern slavery on a farm, leading him to strongly challenge Caleb over his actions. Although Caleb later assures Kerry that the police have been informed, his attention soon shifts to another potentially profitable opportunity. After speaking with Cami Hadik, he learns just how much money can be made from the difference in value between genuine and non-branded car parts. Excited by the possibility of even bigger profits, Caleb pitches a new idea to Kerry, suggesting they move into the business of selling car parts instead. Kerry isn't convinced the plan is worth the risk. With the counterfeit trainer operation already creating serious complications, she fears another illegal venture could cause even greater trouble. Laura Norton has teased that Kerry is becoming increasingly comfortable operating alongside Caleb as the storyline develops. According to the actress, Kerry has discovered she has a talent for this side of business and enjoys proving herself to someone like Caleb. Norton also praised working with William Ash, saying their unlikely on-screen partnership has created entertaining scenes because the two characters rarely shared stories before. Emmerdale is broadcast every weekday at 8 p.m. on ITV1, with episodes also available to stream on ITVX.